Hello. So today I want to talk about a debate that I watched yesterday between Lauren Southern and God, I forget it, Destiny or something like that. Which is like a chick's name. First of all, Destiny is like a black chick's name, and the guy acted. The guy who was debating Lauren Southern kept on saying shit like bro, or dude, referring to Lauren Southern. He was obnoxious the whole way through, and anyways, the debate was about immigration, specifically about whether we should limit immigration or encourage immigration, and this Destiny guy with his black chick name was broing and duding an argument that immigration is a net positive to an economy. And Lauren was trying to argue the opposite, that it was a net negative, and so they're like going at it, throwing data at each other, throwing numbers at each other, broing and duding each other, and just trying to argue about immigration in terms of economic benefits and workers' wages going down, but demand of products going up and everything. It's like they're LARPing as fucking multinational CEOs. Like, whenever I hear debates like this, I honestly wonder, like, what is your perspective? Why are you taking the perspective of a multinational CEO of some mega corporation that will always benefit from increased demand, will always benefit from wages going down, basically in the economy that we're living in, the service-based economy, this manufacturing economy. CEOs and corporations need an ever-increasing demand because the economy basically runs on debt. So they're always anticipating increased demand in the next quarter, and any decrease in demand is bad for business. But is it bad for the average person in a country? I think it is. And I think when we're talking about figures like GDP, we're not really... It has nothing to do with the average person's quality of life. But, I mean, what these math and data nerds don't understand is that an increase in GDP has nothing to do with the quality of life. Like, would we make that argument to a tribe in the Amazon or something like that? Would we approach one of these untouched, pristine native tribes in the Amazon or in New Guinea or wherever, or in Africa, or would we approach them and say, hey, you should give up your native lifestyle, your native way of life, and accept lots of immigrants into your village because that'll really help stimulate your economy. There will be more demand for products and the economy will benefit. GDP will rise. Your native tribe is not looking at the economics of the issue. Like, if you're honestly thinking like that, then you're thinking from the perspective of one of these multinational CEOs, which I just cannot fathom that. I think Nigel Farage in some interview was talking about this too. I don't remember if it was Nigel Farage or someone else, and I can't even remember what the interview, where I saw this interview or whatever. But the interviewer was telling Farage that top economists were saying that immigration will help. It'll be good for business. It'll help the economy. It'll increase demand and all this. It'll increase GDP. It's good for the economy. And Farage was like, maybe it's good for the big corporations, but is it good for the average British worker who's going to be displaced or is going to be undercut? It's not. It's obviously not. But all those arguments aside, the economic issue is not primary. It's not, at least it's not what I care about. What I care about is the maintenance of the ethnic people and the culture that they have developed. Like, Norway, for instance, the land that my grandma immigrated from to America, I can tell you right now, personally, I don't care if their GDP rises or lowers. What I care about is the maintenance of the Norwegian people. I want Norway to stay Norwegian. I want Sweden to stay Swedish. And I'm not concerned with GDP or international trade or anything like that. The Norwegians survived and thrived long before globalization occurred. And it was their unique environment, their unique situation, the unique people that lived there. That is what created their unique culture. And they were able to survive long before mass immigration. They were able to survive long before international corporations. And not only were they able to survive, it was explicitly the lack of open borders and international free trade and concerns with GDP and things like that. It was the lack of that which is what allowed for the conditions for this unique culture to develop. If we were always an interdependent society where, like the globalists envision, like our economies are all intertwined and there will be a collapse without one or the other and everyone depends on the other, then we would never have even developed these unique cultures to begin with. So to people who care about the maintenance of a unique ethnicity and a unique culture that developed out of that ethnicity, you don't care about the numbers. The numbers are irrelevant. It's like, how do these people even explain how they survive? I guess that's where, like, the myth comes from in modern capitalist societies, that, like, the conditions of life were so terrible before capitalism, and they were so terrible before international trade opened up, and the other thing too that needs to be considered here is that international trade doesn't require open borders, doesn't require movement of people, doesn't require resettlement. It just requires open trade. Trading is not the same as coming to settle in another person's nation. So if you ever get into an argument with a math nerd, a data nerd, tell them that the bloodless, utilitarian, data-driven arguments that they're coming up with are irrelevant. Just as it's irrelevant to a tribe in the Amazon or a tribe in Africa. Nobody would make that argument. In fact, that's kind of the argument that the British made during colonialism, is that they're benefiting the countries that they colonized by stimulating the economy and increasing their wealth and every other bloodless economic argument. So, Lauren Southern, if you end up watching this, stop pretending you're an international CEO. Stop pretending that you're one of these multinationalists. And think about your people. You don't have to argue on the basis of economics. In fact, the economic argument is irrelevant. Thank you for watching.